would work in terms of process?
Yeah, normally when we do deploy, there is a call-up that is done by the relevant deputy or what we call National Operational Command Center. They will draft a call-up, it will be signed and sent to whoever must deploy and the province. Well, I think in that deployment, we did pick it up very late that the person that, for some reason, correspondence never reached province, and when you deploy in the province, you must report to the provincial commissioner that I'm here, I'm coming here to do 1, 2, 3. Because some deployment might be with the knowledge and consent or agreement of the provincial commission. Some might not be with the consent or permission, but it might be sent from head office because of the problem that is foreseen there. An example of that is deployment, I think, that's going to deal with taxi violence in both Eastern Cape and Western Cape. But the provincial commissioner will be informed. He might not want or like the deployment, but if there is such, he will be informed, and whoever is deploying the province must report him or herself to the relevant provincial commissioner.
As I understood it, part of the complaint by General Mkwanazi was that these members that were deployed at the mine over time sort of became the mine's subs-unit, because they ended up no longer doing exclusively the work they were deployed for, but rather they would even do theft cases and whatever other types of criminal matters the mine would complain about. Do you want to comment on that? Do you know how that came about?
Well, what I know, Commissioner, is that members deployed, they will deploy and fight crime. If they end up doing some things that they are not supposed to, then the commander who becomes aware of that then needs to raise the alarm and it get addressed. But theft is a crime, is something that police needs to deal with.
But they were sent there for specific types of crimes. It's not as if there were no subs members in the area who would have continued to do subs work. So with regard to those thefts, the subs in the area should have continued to do that type of work. And I would have thought that these members would concentrate only on what they were deployed there for.
Yeah, no, I agree with that, Commissioner, but that is more cooperation then and liaison and communication between the deployed team and the local police to say what you do and what I'm doing, what I'm here for.
So basically then, must I understand you to be saying there was no cause for complaint at all if these members deployed for a specific purpose were now suddenly doing every and anything? So there was no cause for concern about that?
Well, if they do any other extra for what they're not being called for, as long as it's crime and they are not fighting or arriving at scene with the locals, there is nothing wrong.
Thank you, General.
General, I would be concerned with that answer if the deployed units are the Special Task Force and the National Intelligence Unit. I wouldn't expect them to be doing common theft matters.
I would agree with you, Commissioner, on that specific one. And in this case, it was not those two units. I will agree with you. NIU and Special Task Force are solely used for medium to high risk operations. So here, as far as I know, it wasn't either of those two units.
All right, okay, I won't dwell on it. I think he said it's those two units, but let me ask you a different, it's not even a question really. You, in that paragraph, in that concluding paragraph, you do say, and you've mentioned it now, that you've been asked about key reforms you think would assist the police service and you intend to make submissions. Can I suggest that when you do that, when you consider that, you have regard to term of reference 5, which is, you also take that into account. It requires us to comment on or to look at the effectiveness or failure of oversight mechanisms. That's term of reference 5. And then 6, it's the adequacy of current legislation, policies, and institutional arrangements in preventing such infiltrations. Of course, the infiltrations being of criminal cartels or criminal syndicates. If you would just have regard to those as well, more specifically.
I will do so, Commissioner. Thanks.
Thank you. Thank you, Chair. Thank you, Mr. Mtao.
Chair and members of the Commission, that concludes the evidence on behalf of the National Commissioner.
General, thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Commissioner.
Thanks.
Sorry, just one housekeeping issue. I know, Commissioner Baloyi, I owe you references to particularize SFM 6 and SFM 3. I do have them, but perhaps just to be tidy, if I can just hand them over so that there is evidence that I did. And that will be attended to and formally handed up. And just to conclude, there is a co-pilot who was also essential in this team and in the preparation of the work that was done. She joined us late because she had been deployed, but did not exceed the scope of her deployment where she was deployed. Her name is Advocate Tabang Powe. I'd like to give an acknowledgement of her presence and her participation in the matter.
Welcome, Ms. Powe.
Thank you.
Thank you. It's not 4 o'clock yet. What do we do next?
Chair,
Are we calling the next witness?
Chair, I unfortunately can't accuse you of encroachment when you raise that. But Chair, if we could request that we stand down, also given the lateness of the hour, then we'll prepare the next witness that will be leading. And with your leave, if we could please commence on Thursday at 9:30.
Thank you, Mr. Mtao. Let us adjourn and resume at 9:30 on Thursday. Thank you.